Good evening, everyone. We'll call this meeting to order. We do have a certification of a quorum. If everybody would please stand for the pledge of allegiance and pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, to the one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag with allegiance to the Texas, one state, one indivisible. Councilman Cobley?
Let's bow our heads. Our Father in heaven, this evening we come together, a small group here in the town of Campo, Texas, and we ask that you just be in our presence this evening, that you would bestow on us the wisdom to make decisions that benefit our community. Father, we're thankful and grateful for all the many blessings of life that you have blessed us with. We ask that you continue to bless our city, that you would keep your promise of giving us blessings beyond our wildest dreams, Father. Help us this evening as we make decisions that we do it in the right spirit, that we honor those who are due for honor, and that we would continue to just in everything we do honor and glorify your name. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Time we're gonna move into public comments. We do not have any public comments this evening, so we will move on to item number 5, our consent agenda. Approval of the city council regular meeting November 10th, 2025.
Mayor, I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
I second the motion.
We got a motion and a second to approve consent agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Any discussion? Okay, we're gonna move into item number 6, consideration of and action on. I'm gonna, take item number 5 out of order, and we are gonna move it to the top, at this time. Item number 5, Resolution R 2025 -60, naming of pavilion at Willie Bell Park as the Gloria Harris Pavilion in honor of former Councilwoman Gloria Harris. So, Courtney, would you like to touch on that a little bit?
Sure. I was approached by two individuals, former Mayor Chris Barbie and Mr. Bobby Perez, who's in the audience, about doing something special for our beloved Mrs. Harris, who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight. But I did talk to her. I did talk to her last week on the phone. She served 30 years on this city council and made a tremendous impact, not only on the city but personally for me. It is only fitting that we name this pavilion after her, located in her district at Willie Bell Park. In addition, we will be buying a bronze pedestal to have a naming on there with her likeness on there. The cost of that is between $2,500 and $3,000, which we can absorb in our parks budget, and make sure that we keep that there so that the people that visit that pavilion remember her legacy.
Right. Thank you, Courtney. And as everyone knows, Gloria Harris was a very big impact to this community. She's done a lot. She dedicated her time and over again for many years. And we appreciate everything Ms. Harris has done for this community.
Still does for this community.
Yeah, that's right.
Still does for this community. You can believe Miss Harris still calls me regularly to let me know what needs to be done.
Councilman?
I just have a comment to make too. I know that I sit in the seat that Gloria Harris occupied for that many years, and I will say this, that I've spoken with her quite often since I've become a councilman here, and I enjoy every moment of our conversation. I get so much from her, and I strive diligently to get as close to being what she was when she was here in this seat. And I can say this, that a lot of times when I'm doing something, or if I think of doing something, I ask myself, what would Gloria do? And so I think this is actually a small token compared to what I'd love to do, and I am so fully in agreement with this. So thank you very much.
Yep, and you are correct, Councilman, so.
Let's attach the bronze plaque to something really sturdy and durable. Those things have a tendency to disappear too often.
Yeah.
Get
We-
torn,
we sure
vandalized
will.
or something there.
We'll make sure
Put it
that's
on a big
quality.
Stone block or something like that.
Sure, it'd be nice. Yes, yes, y'all are able to speak. If you could approach the podium, please. Announce your name, your address, give your address.
Hi to everyone. My name is Paula D. Bell. I am Willie Bell is my uncle. Mary Bell is my cousin. So, um, that park has been named after Willie Bell for a long period of time. He donated that land for baseball, for kids to play baseball. He also, and Mary also donated some land for, to make it a recreation. Now, I do agree that Ms. Harris has done served on the board, um, and dedicated a lot of time. My thought is, I don't, we're talking about now, mentioning that there's going to be a likeness of her on a pedestal. Are we going to do the same thing for Willie Bell?
We can.
And another thing is, have y'all looked at any other areas and that where she served? Have you looked at any other areas? 'Cause
We did, we considered Second Street Park, but felt it'd be more appropriate to honor her with the pavilion.
Okay, Second Street Park. Can you not do the thing at Second Street Park? My
It's
family.
excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's a little more complicated. That was a federally funded park. And so there were lots of legal strings to pull with that one. We weren't quite sure how we would make that happen. Also, the park's not frequently as utilized like Willie Bell is. And it was important for us, for this to be visible.
Okay. I'm gonna ask that this be tabled. I know some of my family members have disagreement with this.
Okay.
And would y'all like to speak, or are y'all okay for me to speak? Okay. So I'm asking this table, and, because I had a hard time getting that sign changed, the Willie Bell Park name. It was white, and it was, just dingy. So I called, and it took forever to get that sign changed to the new lettering and the new sign. So, Willie Bell, he gave a lot to the community too. Mary Bell gave a lot to the community. And my family has been here for a long time. So I'm suggesting that, you try harder to find another area. And since you want to make this bronze statue and all these, and a
won't-
bench,
It won't be a statue. It'll just be a plaque.
a plaque,
Yes.
like, do y'all have
I did not produce a rendering. I was waiting on the decision tonight before we were able to do that. It's still with the manufacturer to get pricing. That's all we had.
yes, I'm asking that this be tabled because there are other people in the family that is that are unhappy with it. Okay? Any questions for me?
just had no idea this would be controversial.
Neither did I.
And I agree with your point also. And I was just wondering if there's an alternative we can do it, like put a plaque here at the city hall instead of, I do not want to offend Willie Bell Park. And I see your point, but we also want to honor Gloria as well. So I'm wondering if we can appease everybody by just doing a plaque for Gloria here at City Hall.
That would be,
Am I allowed to ask a question? We're not renaming a park, correct? We're not renaming a park, we're just, yes, right.
That was never our intention to offend the members of the family who have done so much.
That was gonna offend anybody.
Neither did we. I certainly don't think Bobby thought that either. Former Mayor Barbie, when we discussed this, I mean, the intention was to just have the pavilion name that it'd still be Willie Bell Park, and it wouldn't change the branding of that park at all.
I think that have, I think it's a great suggestion to have a plaque here at City Hall where she served so many years, as opposed to at Willie Bell Park.
Maybe talk to Gloria about that as well.
Yes, sir.
She might not have known that was gonna offend anybody either.
We talked to her.
Did you?
Yes, my mother talked to her the other day, and she explained she doesn't want to offend the Bell family, and I mean we known each other for a very long time. I have a house here at 1216 Alice Avenue, right down from her, and on that street. And that was Mary House, and that was Uncle Bill House. So I inherited that. So if you could talk to her about having a plaque here, I think that would be fantastic because you're still representing her, and since she was a council member for so long, that was a great suggestion.
That wasn't our intentions to do.
No, it wasn't our intentions at all. Sorry.
Okay,
And what were we saying? That you won't offend anyone? Go ahead.
We not offended by it, we kind of small because the park is really built park. We put somebody else's name on there, what's gonna be next? Once you start changing.
What's going to be next? Excuse me? Did you say?
can we,
You gotta recognize the speaker one.
we're gonna recognize the speaker one at a time.
So yes, Willie Bell did own that land. Yes, he did.
Again,
Can we do the 3
needs to
minute?
address the council about parking.
Yes. Okay. So he did, because he had his cattle there, and he also had cattle in Hallettsville. And so that was called the bullpen. So, he owned a lot of land in that area.
Okay, well, we appreciate your concern,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll move on to the next speaker.
My name is Bobby Perez. I've been here all my life. And I played ball there at that park before it was a park.
Yeah.
They used to call it the Bull Patch.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a Bull Patch. And I played hardball there, and we had a team at St. Roberts, and we'd play the team from there, West End or whatever. I never thought that someone would get offended by simply asking that this pavilion that was built by city taxes, okay, not by no one else but the tax people the people of El Campo. I never thought that that would create
Yeah.
a need to maybe table this. My recommendation would be that y'all vote on it, either vote it down or vote it up. But as far as tabling, I don't think that you need to table it, in my opinion. To say that someone's not gonna be in opposition about anything, you never know that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, it could be about, whatever, I'm not gonna go that far, but there's always gonna be someone that, I've been there, I've been there. They'll stop you on the street and they'll tell you, I think you're nuts. So, okay, that's fine. So, I would not table this issue, just y'all vote on it, vote the way you want to vote, but again, I think that person that sat next to me there, that gave 30 years of her life, serving the city, deserves that at least. Okay, she deserves that at least. And she still, we don't talk very often, but we do get on the phone every so often, and she'll talk about the city and about all the things that aren't right. And so we'll go from there. But anyway, thank y'all so much for considering it.
Thank you.
And I hope that y'all just vote on it, okay? Vote on it. Thank you.
And Gloria called me. Conversations.
Brown?
My name is Charlotte Brown. I'm a former city councilwoman for District 2, and I understand the concern from the Bell family, but I'm going to voice my concern. My concern, Gloria didn't do her work up here. Her work was out there in District 2. I think it's a small part for her to be honored for the work that she's done and continues to do. So I'm asking for the vote to go forward.
Well, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
I don't want to have to speak. So, my name is Sonia Harris, 1227 Alice Street, El Campo, Texas, District 2. I just came to represent my mom. Gloria Harris is my mother. I'm not the speaker she was. I'm not all that. But I'd like to say, really, no one should be offended. And like Mr. Perez said, just go ahead and vote. You can vote yay or nay. We shouldn't table it. Just do what you feel is right. Some people gonna be mad. Some people are not gonna be mad. If you table it, some people will be mad. I think the thing is, if we go back in history, I believe Willie Bell actually became Willie Bell Park because of Miss Harris. She was the one responsible, along with a few others, Miss Lily, Mary Bell, as they have suggested, maybe even Mr. Paul Bell, I'm not sure. But my mother was on city council when she recommended, hey, don't you think we should have a park in this neighborhood? And shouldn't it be named for someone that was great in the community? Nobody had a problem then when it was named Willie Bell Park. Could have been anything. We had other people just as great. So I don't see why there would be anybody offended that we're now saying the person that helped name the Willie Bell Park should also be honored in some token of respect. Everything should be decent in order. If you can have a park named after you, certainly I can have a pavilion named after me. I was instrumental in the park. That makes common sense to me. Nobody should be offended by that, but that's me.
And we can get a plaque honoring Willie Bell as well. Obviously, we'll make sure that we do him justice as he deserves for giving that land to for this park. Absolutely. That's a vote that council would have to make. Unfortunately, I don't get to vote. So they will need to make that decision on what direction they take. I'm sorry.
I would just like to make a comment, not answer to any of the comments that were made, just a comment on my own that is going to actually back up my vote. In a diplomatic way, I'd like to say this: there is no intention at all of taking anything away from the Willie Bell family. This is an element inside the park that we're honoring her. She actually was instrumental in building that pavilion.
Sure was.
And so it's an element within the park, nothing taken away from the park itself.
Nothing at all. Right.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
I'd
sir.
like to make a motion that we approve Resolution R 2025-60.
I second the motion.
We got a motion and a second on the floor to approve Resolution R 2025-60 as presented. All in favor? Motion passes. Any further discussion? Motion passes.
If we need to identify the park better, then we ought to.
Yes, sir. We will work towards identifying the park better. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I thought. We can meet after this meeting. Feel free to.
Practice baseball there.
My kid played soccer there. I think we're on the next item.
Yeah, we're on the next item, ma'am. We're done.
Yes.
ma'am.
Ma'am, our charter is located on our city website at www.cityofelcampo.org. You can also come by City Hall at any time, and we'll be happy to visit with you.
All right, we're gonna move on to back up to item number 1. Ordinance 2025-17.
Hi, guys. All right, I'm gonna make this quick because I know you're tired of talking about parking. So in your packets, you have a copy of an ordinance report that it includes the changes that we discussed in the workshop that we held. And so those changes here that were requested and agreed on are gonna be the definition for RV parks being added in. Thank you, Kaylee. Parking of oversized commercial vehicles. This section here, we've added commercial vehicles as prohibited at parking in residences. We've also added the prohibition for parking in corner side yards, so that addresses issues where the property's on the corner, the side yard's on the street, no parking there. We've also added language to require commercial vehicles and trailers to be operable with the valid registration tags. And then lastly, parking of vehicles for sale. We've revised that language so that it only disallows it in publicly owned areas, but we allow it at the commercial properties with permission by the property owner. And we remove the prohibition for parking vehicles by sale with a special use permit. Any questions about the changes here presented? Yes, sir.
I am a little bit confused about your definitions of oversized vehicles and trailers.
Okay.
We had talked, or I had talked, when we discussed this before, about including these large box trailers that seem to be permanently in people's driveways, some just occasionally. And how, in my feeling, they're just about as objectionable as having a recreational vehicle of that same size in the driveway permanently next to somebody else's house. And I don't know if we've covered that here or not.
We do. So I double checked our definitions after we spoke, and we have commercial vehicle here. And so it covers bus, semi-trailers, trucks, truck tractors, house trailers, farm tractors, or any vehicle that has a gross vehicle weight of 10,000 plus pounds or a carrying capacity exceeding 1 ton.
What do you think?
It should cover that.
And the other thing I had was, on, B3, where it says it should be unlawful for any person to park or store a recreational vehicle or commercial vehicle in the front or side yard of residence. Does that include a driveway?
If it's in a approved driveway on the side of the house, that would still allow it. I can't take that out necessarily. But if it's just a yard, they can't park it just in the yard. So if they have an approved,
Side of the house and a corner. It's just, has exactly the same effect as if the driveway's in the front of the house on a corner lot. I mean, it's still often going down a main street and you've got a large vehicle parked there. We haven't accomplished anything. Did I explain that?
I think so. So you're thinking that if the house is like essentially faced like this and this is the front and the driveway is here, you're saying you don't want anyone parked here either?
What I'm saying is,
Right here. And this,
it has the same, and the RV is parked in the driveway, on the side of the house, because that's where the driveway is, then, it negates, our attempt to
oh, I see what you're saying. Yes,
solve that issue.
so this is called a corner side yard period, so really it would technically kind of cover that. As long as it's, like if the driveway is further in though, they're past that setback, then they could park it here. But if it's in that front section, in the setback for that corner side yard, I think it's about 15 feet, depending on the zone you're looking.
That in the front or corner, side yard, or driveway. I didn't quite understand what side yard meant.
So the side yard is for a quarter lot, depending on which side they face. The front is the front and the side is the side, so that covers corner side yard. But if I put the word driveway in there, then that means that we're not allowing them to park in driveways at all. I don't think that's what we're trying to do.
Keep people from parking large vehicles
Yes.
in driveways along streets.
My understanding is that we're trying to keep any kind of vehicle like this from being between the road and the home. So if it's on a corner lot, if it's between the road and the home, even if it's on the side because it's on a corner, it still shouldn't be there.
Yeah, in many cases,
Whatever's facing the road, it should not be between the road and the house.
that's kind of what I was thinking. In many cases, the side of the house.
This only happens in
is on
corners.
the street, and that's where the driveway is that way. Are we saying the same thing?
I think,
It's gonna depend on how the parcel's laid out, right? So if the house is at the side setback, then this doesn't allow you to park like right there. But if that house is set back from that corner street and then, because it's like 15 feet on a corner
Yeah,
side yard.
generally the setback. Side, same on,
Not always, no.
no, generally, especially when the driveway is there. Otherwise, there wouldn't be enough room for a driveway.
Yeah, so if it's, the way this is written is that it can be parked or stored behind the front building setback in the backyard or on the side yard of a residence, which would also be past that 15 feet. So again, if the house is not on the property, like setback, and it's set back further, then there would be room for it to be, but the corner side yard is like that side setback. So it depends on the parcel. There's a lot of cases
Before
where.
requiring even with the side of the house, face of the house, on either the front or the side, then it would be in the side yard on either place. As I say, generally the setbacks are on a Carter lot and most subdivisions are the same.
I have a comment to make on this. I read through the entirety of it, and I did have a question on one thing. I did call up here and had that clarified. In my opinion, we are, unless we take each individual parcel of land and try to put something in the ordinance for that one, I think we're as close as we're gonna get. And if we have to amend this down the road somewhere along the line because it doesn't take care of the situation, we might have to do that. Because I don't know, John, if you have something in mind, some place in mind where this is happening.
Several.
Several, okay. Basically, what I think I'm hearing you saying is that you think, or we think that we're trying to accomplish not having an RV or anything parked between the street and the home in any regard.
Right, so,
Whether it's a corner and this is the side of the house, but it's facing the road, we don't want it between the house and the road. That's what your understanding is, what we're trying to accomplish, correct?
otherwise, I don't think there's any purpose in having this RV ordinance at all.
Are you following? If the front of the house faces one side of the corner, well, the other side is a side yard, and so now it's between the street and the house. So that means they would have to go behind the house. Uh-huh.
Side yard up to the setback.
I got you.
Becomes back or front yard, depending on
I'm with you.
this. If pieces of the house are set back a little weird on corners. But if they're like, if let's say for example, okay, John Bondro's new house on the corner, he's got the driveway on the back of the garage. That is a corner house. So he couldn't put it on the side, but he could go behind his garage. Like it just can't be, but his garage will be set back. So if he had an RV there, there's ways for him to park it. If I take it out the way you're recommending, then that means that that particular property, which is a little more unique, and there's a lot of those houses over in this area here, it would eliminate that. It would make it harder for it would be harder to enforce that because basically nobody with a corner property could have, unless they can fit it in their backyard.
Well, they have to, all we're saying is, a large vehicle
Yeah.
should be parked behind the setback of the house.
And that's what it says.
But
It
not,
does say
it says it's in the front, but it doesn't say if it's on the side, does it? That's what I can't understand.
It says our side yard of a resident.
Don't you also, in there, also written in there, I saw in there where it said it has to be some type of a pavement and or a rock or
Yes.
something that attributes to a driveway in order for that to occur. So you can't just park it in your yard or anything like that. And I think you had put that in there. Okay, so that kind of provides some clarity for the enforcement people also, right? Because they're in there trying to do that. I don't know, just something I wanted to make sure we highlighted that as well.
Anyways, I think the simplest way to say it is, a large vehicle needs to be parked behind the setback, either in any situation. And in most situations, if you're just talking about the front yard, very often there's a very narrow place on the side of the house on the front yard. Park one just like there is on the side yard if you're on a corner.
Most common. But there are definitely cases that are not like
There's definitely cases where there's not enough room.
Would it be an option, John, that we would move forward with this as Councilman Koblenz mentioned, then we can further amend or mold this if we run into issues or as we see it? I don't know, it's just something to
Could,
throw
I've
out
been
there.
bringing it up for a year now.
Okay, well, I don't understand.
no two corner properties are the same, so what you're adding in there means that if you have it does say you can't have it in the side yard. So as long as it's past the side setback, then it's fine, but it can't be in that side setback. And that's how most of your zoning regulations are, it's based on that setback.
Think this language, in your opinion, you know a lot more about this than I do, certainly. Do you think that in your opinion that, this would solve the issue about parking in a driveway on the side of the house?
It depends on the circumstance. It depends on the property. That's why if you have a specific property, like, then tell you now the one with the coffin in the yard, like that one, they may or may not have enough space from that side setback, so we would have to measure it, and we'd have to take a measuring wheel. I know you're worried about that one for sure, but if there's other ones, I could kind of map out and we can measure and I could show you. It just depends on the corner property, unfortunately.
we pass this,
Well,
and then you go measure it, and then you come back to us on that property. Yeah, that way we could kill two birds with one stone.
well, for sure. We just got through with item number 5 and going round and round, about this and everything. So we're on number 1 now. And we've been talking about this for, I think, over a year now. So anyways, either we vote for it. I mean, we're gonna put it up for a vote. That's what we're here for. Either it passes or it doesn't. So, would anybody like to make a motion on ordinance 2025-17?
Mayor, I make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-17 as presented.
We got a motion on the floor
I'll second that.
and a second. To pass ordinance 2025-17. All in favor?
I certainly appreciate y'all listening to me about it. Quit yapping about it.
All right,
Thank
motion
you.
passes. Motion passes. So, any further discussion? All right, that's it. All right, moving on to item number 2, ordinance 2025-18, dissolving the Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Board.
In the interest of making everyone mad, we have this proposal in front of you, this ordinance that would dissolve the Parks, Rec, and Community Services Board. And that is because after reviewing the board's operations, it's been determined that some of their advisory functions have been limited in practice, and we may be able, if effectively administer the functions of the park as staff. So dissolving the board will streamline our processes, it will reduce redundancy, and it'll better align. That's not to say that we won't ever need an ad hoc committee to advise us on assets of the park or particular aspects of the park. But this board has trouble keeping a quorum, does not meet frequently enough, or provide enough feedback. I would say that the vast majority of the time, the items considered are reports from staff of administrative functions. And so at this time, we're recommending dissolving the board.
Mayor,
Yes.
I move to approve ordinance 2025-18 as presented.
I'll second that.
We got a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor? Motion passes.
Chris is getting fired from this deal again.
We just don't want to waste people's time.
Moving on to item number 3, resolution R 2025-58.
This is an agreement with TxDOT. They've asked for a temporary construction license agreement. And if you look at the exhibit, it's a bit confusing. Let me walk you through it. It won't take me long. The temporary construction easement will be located next to the Rice Drive-In, or the former Rice Drive-In, between Avenue A and Hoskins. Their intent is to make an improvement there. It is city property, so we would have to grant them access. Kevin, is there anything you would like to add about that particular project? This is at the request of TxDOT, by the way. Yeah, that exhibit's really easy to read, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bomb.
That's helpful.
Right.
That might be a Ukrainian war photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
I was
All right.
asked if we're recovering any funds for this. We are not.
But they are needing that to continue doing what they need to do to improve it. All right. Would anybody like to make a motion on that?
Mayor, I make a motion to approve resolution, is it R 2025-59
59.
as presented?
Second.
Got a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor? Motion passes. All right, we covered item number 5. We're gonna move on to item number 6. Discuss and consider charter amendments proposed by city council, of any. So,
We missed one.
say,
Did we do item 3?
Oh,
Oh,
Staff is pulling item
Oh,
6.3.
Okay,
We found
Sorry about that.
sorry about that. Sorry
No,
about
it's
that.
okay.
Insider information there.
We found an error in the proposed rules and wanted to spend some time revising that, particularly regarding the refunding timeline.
Fair enough.
It will be on the January 12th agenda. But for item 6.6, if city council has any proposed amendments, we'll accept them now.
Not at this time. Moving on to item number 7, reports.
Okay, the first report in your packet is the meeting schedule for 2026. It's also, I believe, at your station. So you can see them. We typically cancel the last meeting of the year, just like this year, and sometimes, though not always, the second meeting in November, depending on the agenda schedule. Also depending on whether we cancel a meeting. We can only cancel 2 meetings. So there's your schedule. No action required on that. And then also in your packet, item 7.2 is the 2026 election information calendar. And guess what? We're getting ready for that internally. So council candidate packets will be available for pickup January 5th, 2026. And the filing period is January 14th through February 13th.
And thank you, Courtney. And item number 8, we are not going to cover item number 8. We have pulled that. And moving on to item number 10. This meeting is adjourned.
No discussion.
And I did leave something out. I'm sorry. Miss Kathy Tomlinson with the Blessing Cup wanted us to announce. Everybody's got it at their station there. Trim a tree, which is going to be. You can see the dates on there from November 24th to January 5th, and the trees are over at Midcoast Well Care Center, Midtown location. And if any of you have not been by there, you would not believe the trees that are in there decorated. And we'll be there Sunday judging trees, and it's a pretty hard chore because a lot of people put a lot of effort into that, and it's a big deal. So, yes. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you.
It's even the Cowboys are playing at that time.
Well, it'll be. Yep. Yes. Meeting's adjourned. Merry Christmas, everybody.
My hand was right there. That's my dessert.